Good morning, or afternoon, I guess it would be. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm going to do a couple audio checks here real quick while I have a second, if you don't mind. The only way I can do them right now is Facebook, so please bear with me. I'm trying to make it so the music isn't so overpowering, you know? Seems like we may have gotten close there. Sounds like the quality is okay. Slight adjustment, sorry. It's like a 20-second delay. Sorry about that. I think we're all right. So, today, we are dealing with these efforts up here. I'm going to fix this just for the sake of today. Go there like that. Yeah, it'll be alright. So, I adjusted the camera crop. Sorry. There's so many adjustments this morning, but I just want to make sure that this is right. So, today we have some pain train action, but we have a good break in between. So, 4 sprints. With a minute in between, then we have a 20-minute break. 4 more sprints with a minute in between. 10-minute break with a 20-minute tempo effort after that. So, let's see how it goes. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna hurt like a sucker, but that's okay. stuff all situated, just so that when I start sprinting, it all moves. Thankful for the 10-minute warm-up this morning too. It helped me get everything situated. Kind of adjusted around right. Usually we have more headroom here, but we got a long workout today. So I had to shrink the headroom a little bit. I think we're just going to go towards the villas. Yep. So we've been having a good morning here. I had some tests I had to take today for some education. I did pretty well. At least I'm still passing the class. That's what matters, right? So, morning, Tim. But yeah, had some classes to do this morning, and then all right, man. But thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna have a race here this afternoon, and later tonight. With Tyler Daniels Racing, there's on iRacing, there's I think it's a street stock race at Atlanta. It's going to be fun. And then tonight, there's a guy they're racing at Talladega, and it's like a Pujanowski versus Tyler Daniels Racing event. So there's like 15 drivers from each team competing against each other at Talladega in the Cup cars. So I'll be doing that later this evening. I think that's at 7:40 Eastern time. So I think I'm gonna have a spotter instead of just using the computer. A dude named Justin Jarrett that I race with, I think he'll be my spotter for tonight. So kind of interested to see how it's gonna go. We have 30 drivers that are like streamers or like fans of the racing league, right? That are getting together to race, and it's gonna be a huge show. But I'm just happy that and grateful and thankful and all of those other things that I was chosen by TDR to race tonight. So I know I won't get chosen every race, and that's completely cool with me because everybody else needs a chance too. But it's cool to be chosen for a super speedway where I feel like I stand a chance if I can stay out of trouble. But anyways, that's car racing. Right now we have bike workout stuff. So right now we're starting to wake all of the muscles up and remind them how sore they are, right? Like, hey buddy, you're not hanging out here anymore. So up above me here, we have the workout for the day. Right now we're at 4 minutes at 190 watts. Next we're gonna go 230 for a minute, take a break for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna start cycling into our sprints. No pun intended, or pun intended. Thanks for the like, Abdu. And so the workout's up here. Over here on my left, the red line going horizontally is my heart rate. So we want that to be doing all sorts of fun stuff right now, right? But you can see the constant gradient in heart rate. We're low down here, and as we start working up, we gradually gain our heart rate. And that's what you want versus having the heart rate go, from like sedentary straight up, right? By doing this kind of workout to get the heart rate moving, get it up, right? We're getting the body to start working, wake it up. Get all the acid to start getting produced, lactic acid, and get the body to start breaking it down already so that when we introduce more lactic acid during these sprints and these longer efforts, our body isn't behind. So we want a gradual lift in heart rate here. And you can see up here on the top, there's the big numbers, 195, 204, whatever. Those are the watts. That's how much power we're putting in to the bike. Now, this trainer measures my power where the wheel would be. So I lose a certain percentage of power from the crank and the chain, right? So these watts that are reading here are a little bit lower, but only by about 8 to 10. So there you go. Below the heart rate up there, well, that's a big number. Big number is watts. Number next to that with the heart rate. The number below that says 93, that's our cadence, that's our RPM. Our legs are going 93, 94 revolutions a minute, right? And mid-high 90s is good for me, even into the low 100s, depending on what I'm doing. So there's that breakdown. Down here on the side, we have gray, blue, green, and a little dash of yellow in there. Those are the power zones. And what we're trying to do is mimic the color that is up top around 190. 190 is blue, right? That signifies zone 2 or 3 or whatever. 230 changes to green, see it? And that is a green zone versus the blue. As we start adding more power, the colors will go from blue to green to yellow to orange to red. Red being the highest power zone, really. Because it's like, a certain number, and then beyond that, there's no more zone. You're just at anaerobic capacity, that's it, fella. No more. So, kind of a breakdown of what we're doing and what these numbers mean. Now what we're going to want to do here is drop the heart rate as much as we can, really. So that involves getting comfortable, keeping smooth, right? Good breaths. Maybe even some water. So we were at 91 watts, or 91 RPM. That's decent, I guess. But I want to get up in the higher cadence range, up near the 100. The reason why I want to do that is because I want to make sure that my legs are flushing out all of this gunk that I'm starting to make, right? It's the same thing like if you think about if you have a bottle of water, right? And that bottle of water is your bloodstream, let's say. Then you start dumping a whole bunch of rocks in there, into your water bottle. And that's lactic acid, right? So put the cap on the water bottle, and if you just slowly move your water bottle like this, or slowly move it, or anything like that, there's not much movement. But if you shake the hell out of that thing, right? If you have a lot of RPM, like with the legs, right? You move it a lot, you'll notice that everything moves around in there, and that's what you want. Get that crap moving. If you go slow RPM, you know, in the low 80s, high 70s, even down to 60s or whatever, you're going to build up you're going to load up, essentially. I got my puke bucket here on my right. I got my nose blowing side on my left side, and a wipe my face side on my right side. So nobody gets confused. I'm not wiping loogies on my face, I promise. So I'm trying to do here is get my scaps back. I don't want to be forward like this. I'm gonna pull my scaps back, tuck everything back. It feels weird for me on my left side because I had shoulder surgery 11 weeks ago, so it's weird. It kind of hurts a little bit, but you pull the scaps back and you take a lot of the pressure off, and you can save quite a bit of energy here. Elbow slightly bent, loose. And you don't want to be pushing the bike, pushing yourself away from the bike. You kind of want to be pulling yourself into it, if that makes sense. Keep the upper body quiet. Right? If we're not doing all the movement, we're quiet. Trying to keep the hips completely level. Right? However that looks on the video camera. Level. And keep everything smooth. How we're going to drop heart rate and get ready to get our asses kicked here. So I'm going to start shifting here. And I found it makes it a little bit easier if I kind of wind these efforts up a little bit versus just hammer on them. I think we're in a good spot here. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I'm getting a very important phone call.